Good morning children. So this session we are going to revise for the quarterly examination. Okay. So first of all you should know the question pattern, right? So see the board. In physics 15 marks. Okay. Chemistry 15 marks. And in biology 20 marks. So total 50 marks. You are going to write the exam for 50 marks, right? So in that specifically chemistry pattern just to see. Short answers, actually you will receive 5 short answers. For each short answer 2 marks. Okay. Marks allotment 2 marks. So total 10 marks for short answers. And detailed answer, one detailed answer you have to write either or type. So one detailed answer, for that 5 marks allotted, right? So total 15 marks you are going to write for chemistry. Okay children. Now just take your book. Take page number 2. Let us start the revision now. So first, these things we are going to see. First one, definition of chemistry. Second one, meaning of chemistry. Third one, branches of chemistry. Next, brief history of chemistry. Right? Next, the great minds of chemistry. Next one, applications of chemistry. Harmful effects of chemistry. Finally, about chemistry laboratory. So these things we are going to cover today, right? Okay. Take page number 2. First let me see the definition of chemistry. Okay. So chemistry is the science of matter and the changes it undergoes during chemical reactions. Okay. Actually in the book the answer starts with it, isn't it? So strike out that it and write chemistry. Okay. So chemistry, define chemistry means what you have to write? Chemistry is the science of matter and the changes it undergoes during chemical reactions. This is the answer for chemistry definition, right? So next question, meaning of chemistry. What is meant by chemistry? The branch of science, that is chemistry is the branch of science concerned with the substance of which matter is composed, the investigation of their properties and reactions and the use of such reactions to form new substances. So this is the meaning of chemistry. Already you have noted, I think so. Anyhow, you just mark the answer now also, right? So what is meant by chemistry? The 3 answers starts from the branch of science up to form new substances. Okay, the 3 lines is the answer for meaning of chemistry, right? So next one, we can move to the branches of chemistry. Okay, suppose if this question is asked in the detailed answer, you have to mention, you have to explain all the branches. Okay, name the branches of chemistry means what you will write? First one, organic chemistry. Second one, inorganic chemistry. Third one, physical chemistry. And the last one, analytical chemistry. Okay. If the question is asked in the 2-mark question means you have to write that side heading only. Okay. That's enough. Suppose if this question is asked in the detailed answer, you have to give the explanation. What is meant by organic chemistry? At least 2 examples you have to give. Okay. So in that manner you have to follow, right? So on the same page, see organic chemistry. Okay. Organic chemistry is a branch of chemistry that is concerned with carbon. This line, this word is very important. Concerned with carbon. Underline the word concerned with carbon, right? And especially carbon compounds which are found in living things. Okay. So especially carbon compounds which are found in living things. What are the examples given? Rubber, plastics. Okay. So what is meant by organic chemistry means what you have to write? It is a branch of chemistry that deals with the carbon compounds, especially carbon compounds which are present in the living things. That is the meaning for organic chemistry, right? Next one, inorganic chemistry. So inorganic chemistry means it is a branch of chemistry concerned with the elements and their compounds except those containing carbon. Okay. Here it will not involve the carbon compounds. That is the inorganic chemistry. So examples: metals, mineral, glass, water, air, oxygen, hydrogen, etc. Okay. Now what's the difference between organic chemistry and inorganic chemistry? Organic chemistry deals with carbon compounds, whereas inorganic chemistry, it is a compound that do not involve the carbon compounds. That's the difference, right? So next we can move to page number 3. Physical chemistry. Okay. So physical chemistry is the branch of chemistry that is concerned with the means what? Related. Okay. That is related with the physical structure of chemical compounds, the amount of energy, the way they react with other compounds, and the bonds that hold their atoms together. This is called the physical chemistry. This is the explanation of physical chemistry. Okay. The 3 lines you just underline or otherwise mark the answer. What is meant by physical chemistry means you have to write all these things, right? So next one we can go to the analytical chemistry. So analytical chemistry means analytical chemistry deals with the uses of instruments. Underline this word, uses of instrument. This word is very important. Okay. Analytical chemistry means it deals with the uses of instruments and methods used to separate, identify and quantify matter. These 2 lines you have to write for analytical chemistry. That's it, children. Okay. So name the branches of chemistry. What's the first one? Organic chemistry. Second one, inorganic chemistry. Third one, physical chemistry. And fourth one, analytical chemistry. You have to give the explanation if this question asked with the detailed answer, right? So next we can move to the brief history of chemistry. Okay. So in this brief history of chemistry, you have to mention various periods based on the development. Okay. So first one, ancient period up to 350 AD. Second one, alchemical period. Third one, hydrochemistry period. Fourth one, phlogiston period. And the last one, modern period. Okay. Suppose if this question is asked in the detailed answer, explain the brief history of chemistry. The question is asked like that, then you have to mention everything. Everything you have to mention right from ancient period up to 350 AD up to modern period. Everything you have to give the explanation. Suppose specifically if they asked, mention about the ancient period up to 350 AD or mention about the phlogiston period, mention about the hydrochemistry period or mention about the alchemical period, explain about the modern period. Specifically if they ask the question like that, means you have to mention that particular history only. That is enough. Okay. Okay, children. So in page number 4, ancient period up to 350 AD is given. No. So totally 3 points are given. So minimum 2 points you have to write for this question. Right. First point as well as second point fully. Next come to the alchemical period. Alchemical period actually during this period means what? Alchemical. This instead of this, write out this and mention alchemical. During alchemical period, people were looking for methods for finding cheaper ways of making gold. Okay, so those points you have to mention, right, children? Okay, this is enough for alchemical period. Next one, hydrochemistry period. Okay, hydrochemistry means what? Actually, chemistry combined with medicine. That's the one line answer, isn't it? So, hydrochemistry period means actually 2 points are given. So, the 2 points you have to write. Okay. Next one, phlogiston period. The phlogiston period was proposed by Ernst Stahl. That also you should mention, right? So, next one, what is meant by phlogiston? Okay, and page number 5. During the end of the 18th century, Joseph Priestley, Henry Cavendish, Carl Scheele, they just work done with the gases. So those things you have to mention. You have to mention the scientist name also. Okay. Priestley was a very conservation scientist. That point also important in phlogiston period. Okay. So next one come to the modern period. You have to mention about Lavoisier. Okay. Lavoisier is regarded as the father of modern chemistry. Isn't it? Underline this word. It's a very important one mark question as plus you can expect this question need based questions also. Okay. It's a very important he presented the clear explanation of combustion of composition of the proposing oxygen is necessary for combustion, isn't it? Oxygen is very necessary for combustion. So who proposed this one? Lavoisier. So all these things you have to explain, okay, for the modern period. And also he showed water is composed of hydrogen and oxygen. He proposed the theory of indestructibility of matter. Underline this word, indestructibility of matter. And also in the first line, see, water is composed of hydrogen and oxygen. Who showed this one? Lavoisier. Okay. So these things also important. And also he presented a clear explanation of an element and he proposed a system of chemical nomenclature. This point also very important. Okay. So underline this word, underline this line. He gave a clear explanation of an element and proposed a system of chemical nomenclature. Fully you have to underline it, right? So next one about John Dalton. The same, the next paragraph is given about John Dalton. So John Dalton postulated that elements are made up of atoms. Okay, underline this word also. John Dalton postulated that all elements are made up of atoms. He pictured atoms as tiny, indestructible unit. Tiny means very small. Okay, that would combine to form compound atoms and molecules. Okay, explain about the modern period means you have to give all this explanation. You have to write about Lavoisier and also you have to write about John Dalton. Okay, what they composed, everything you have to mention it, right children? So explain the brief history of chemistry means first you have to mention ancient period up to 350 AD. And next one you have to explain about the alchemical period. Next hydrochemistry period, phlogiston period, and finally modern period. All these explanations you have to give, right? So next we can move to chemistry and historical perspective. Okay, mostly you will receive, you will get one more questions from this one. So let me move to the next, the great minds of chemistry. Okay, even the great minds of chemistry also, mostly they have mentioned about the scientists, about their inventions, the discoveries, isn't it? You can expect all this in the neat way, that time we can revise all these things, right? Next we can move to applications of chemistry. Okay, mention the applications of chemistry. If the question is asked like this, then you have to write the main applications only you have to write. For example, okay, it is what are the main applications of chemistry? It is used in agriculture, clothing, next food, okay, building materials, useful materials, medicines, metals and alloys, cosmetics and other consumer products. Okay, just to mention the side heading only. Number one, just to mention cosmetics, consumer products. Number two, useful materials. Number three, building materials. Next one, food, clothing. Like that you have to mention. Mention the applications of chemistry means you have to mention the side heading only. That is enough, right? Next one, harmful effects of chemistry. Okay, here in the harmful effects of chemistry, you will get some interior type questions. Say for example, define pollution. Okay, define pollution. Define pollution means what? Pollution is nothing but an unwanted change in physical, chemical and biological properties of the environment. This is an interior question only. Okay, unwanted change in physical, chemical and biological properties of the environment is termed as a pollution. Okay, so next one, name the different types of pollution means what you will write. You have to mention air pollution, water pollution, noise pollution, land pollution, thermal pollution, radioactive pollution. Like that you have to write. Minimum 5 you have to write. Okay, so that's the answer for name the types of pollution. Next question, you will get what is meant by deforestation. Okay, deforestation you will receive. Deforestation is nothing but the permanent removal trees. Okay, permanent removal of trees from forest or from other land area. This is called the deforestation. Okay, this is an interior question only. Next one, or otherwise we can say to explain about the deforestation means you have to mention deforestation is the permanent removal of trees. Okay, this can include clearing the land for agriculture or grazing or using timber for fuel, construction or for manufacturing purposes. This explanation you have to give for the deforestation. Okay. So next, what are the effects of deforestation? What are the effects of deforestation? If the question is asked like that, then you have to mention the loss of trees under the vegetation can cause climate changes, soil erosion, flooding, increased greenhouse gases, okay, and loss of biodiversity. So these are some of the effects of what? Deforestation. Okay. Next one, we can move to the laboratory, chemistry laboratory. Okay, write short notes on chemistry laboratory means what you have to write. Chemistry laboratory is the place where experiments in chemistry are performed. Okay, so that line is very important. So that you have to mention. Next one, what are the laboratory safety rules? Like that means minimum 5 safety rules you have to write. Okay, what are the safety rules? First you have to follow the instructions. Before entering into the chemistry laboratory, you should follow the instructions. What are the instructions given in the lab? So all those things you have to follow. Okay. Next you have to know the location of the safety equipment. In the chemistry laboratory, many safety equipments are there. Okay. So we have to handle those equipments in a very careful manner. Okay. So safety measures are very important in the laboratory. Next, do not eat or drink in the chemistry laboratory. You should not eat or you should not drink anything in the chemistry laboratory. That also will come under one of the laboratory safety rules. Okay. Next, don't taste or smell chemicals. When you enter into the chemistry laboratory, lot of chemical reagents, bottles will be placed there. Okay, so you should not smell the chemicals or you should not taste the chemicals. So that point also very important, right? Next, dispose of lab waste properly. Okay, once if you used the chemical reagents means you should dispose all the chemical reagents in a very good manner. You should flush out everything. Okay, you should dispose it properly. You should not throw it here and there like that. You should not put it into the sink. Okay, everything you have to dispose it carefully. So that also very important. Okay, so these are the laboratory safety rules. Okay, first one you have to follow the instructions. Second, you should know the location of the safety equipments. You should not eat or drink in the chemistry laboratory. You should not taste or smell chemicals, and also you should dispose the laboratory waste in a proper way. Okay, so those are the laboratory safety rules. Got it, children? So once again we can see first definition of chemistry. Okay, how to define chemistry. What is meant by chemistry? Next one, meaning of chemistry. What is meant by chemistry? That you should explain. Next, branches of chemistry means what are the branches? One by one you have to write. First to number 1, organic chemistry. Number 2, inorganic chemistry. Number 3, physical chemistry. And 4, analytical chemistry. Just write the side heading. That is enough. The question is asked in 2 more questions. That is enough. Okay. The same question is asked in the detail answer. So you have to give the explanation for organic chemistry, inorganic chemistry, physical as well as analytical chemistry. Okay. So next one, brief history of chemistry. You have to mention one by one. Suppose this question is asked in detail means specifically they will be given. Okay. First one, mention about the modern period or explain about the alchemical period means that particular points is enough, right? So next one, great minds of chemistry. Mostly you will receive the questions for names only. Okay, about inventions, discoveries, what a scientist name, consumer products, everything you have to give that, mention the side heading, that is enough. Next one, harmful effects of chemistry. Next one, harmful effects of chemistry. In this you will receive what is meant by pollution, what are the different types of pollution, and what is meant by deforestation, what are the effects of deforestation, mention the effects of deforestation, like that you will receive the question in this harmful effects of chemistry. Okay. Finally, chemistry laboratory. Chemistry laboratory means it's the place in which what experiments are performed. Okay. And next one, what are